the next 3 days as part of my solo wild camping road trip from Washington to Oklahoma. I'll be crossing through Utah, a state that just begs to be explored. And as with all travel, there are points along the way that just can't be foreseen, for better or for worse.
Nope, don't trust coordinates.
And if life does it right, I'll get a little of both.
I don't want to do anything but just put a chair here and stare at this. So for today's drive, it'll be another 7.5-hour day, a little over 400 miles, and I'll be driving through Idaho, through the corner of Nevada, and head into Utah. With my first successful night of wild camping behind me, I'm feeling good, feeling confident, and I'm excited to see what the next 6 days will bring. But even from my first night, I realize there's a challenge I didn't really plan for. It feels so bittersweet to come to such a beautiful place and then leave in maybe 14, 16 hours. It's so fast. It's like you get barely any time to soak it all in. Turkeys. But it's a good practice, I think, in those moments to be able to really be focused on where you are. I think all these little spots I'm gonna stop at on this trip will be a good way for me to practice that, because it's hard to not think about other things in life. So I have to really absorb it all while I'm here. 14 hours, that's all I have. My next destination in Utah is on the very northwest corner of the state. And from what I've read, it's right next to the highway. So I'm not really sure what that means in terms of noise or scenery, but it's my only option, so I'm going for it. I've always wondered why I'm able to just drive for miles and miles. And I think it's because when I used to travel a lot, like when I would just fly from place to place, get off a plane, get on a train, from a train to a bus to a boat, I think like when you're in the actual period of transport, that's when I can be completely at rest. And I think I've really come to appreciate just going from point A to B, the hours it takes to get to one place from the other, because that's my time to just rest. I've got to pick up some more water for myself. I officially have less than an hour to go until I reach my next camp area. From the last episode, you all know that I'm headed to Oklahoma because my boyfriend Royce lives there, and I have a newfound freedom that I'm adapting to. So what's going on? Well, at 42 years old, I'm embarking on something that's been a long time coming.
And 20 plus years of adulthood have reminded me that the time to start something new is always now. I realized with all my years living abroad, connecting with people from all over, often using food as a way to communicate and learning what this world has to offer, needed to come together to be my future. And one thing has always been missing: not being able to share those experiences with others. They impact me so deeply, and I figured they might do the same for others, like you. So you'll start seeing me travel the world over and immerse myself in the lessons that life has to give for all of us. And it all starts with this road trip. I am getting really close. Maybe I should get on the road. Is this the road? I cannot believe I get to sleep here tonight. This is insane. I mean, do you just pick a spot and park? I think that's how you do it, right? This space is so beautiful. Like, there are other people who are camping here, but the space is just so spread out. It doesn't matter. You feel like you are by yourself. Because the wind is a little stronger here than in my last spot, I positioned my car in a way that I won't be blown away when I cook dinner, and that the flame won't go out all the time. So let's get my dinner all set up and just hang out in Utah. Holy shit. Very windy. Okay. Do I think that's gonna help? Oh boy, change of plans. Clearly the wind is not going to help me with my dinner. So I'm just gonna cook it basically right next to the car. Like here. For tonight's dinner, I'm going to make a miso noodle soup with salmon and arugula. And it's not too hot out here, so it will be tolerable to eat a hot soup. After I finish eating dinner and start cleaning up, I notice the sky doing something spectacular. Yes, it's the sunset, but with my 360-degree view and the constant shift in colors, it's like I'm in a snow globe and completely engulfed by the swirling sky above me. I don't know how I got to be this lucky. Wow. I just saw one of the most beautiful sunsets I've seen in a long, long time. Well, I am basically all tucked in for the night. I am glad to get in from the wind. It is a pretty constant thing around here, I am learning, but it's pretty quiet around here. We're really close to the highway, but can't really hear anything.
And I usually wouldn't describe a highway as being soothing, but this one is. There's something about seeing how flat the land is and watching cars just go by, people just living their own lives, and you're just sitting here watching them. I don't know, it's something about that is very peaceful. But no, I'm just gonna have some downtime, chill out, and then go to bed and get ready for tomorrow. Yeah. See you in the morning. Good morning. Whew. I don't know if you can hear it, but the wind is insane. I woke up in the middle of the night at around 3:30 because the wind just woke me up. It is vicious. I had to put in earplugs to be able to go back to sleep because all I could hear was the wind. And it's still pretty strong right now. It's so strong that I can feel it shake the car. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to cook my breakfast outside. It might be a little unbearable. I'm going to have to see what I can do inside the car. Yeah, it's windy. I'm very aware I shouldn't be doing this inside my car, but I have the door open. All right, let's pack up, get ready, hit the road again. But before we do, let's go check out some salt.
The public land I camped on is right next to the Bonneville Salt Flats, which stretches over 30,000 acres.
Probably really hard to see, but the salt flats are just right over there. So it shouldn't take very long to get over there.
I've never seen a salt flat before, so I'm excited to make my way over there.
They say you can drive on the salt flats and that there are signs that will warn you if there's mud and it's wet, because then you could get stuck. But I don't see any signs. So should I drive onto them? Oh, this is crazy. There is water out here. I don't know if it's from rainfall or some kind of natural water source. This is cool.
The Bonneville Salt Flats are the remnants of a lake from the Ice Age that formed 10,000 to 32,000 years ago as the lake dried. In some areas, the crust can be up to 5 feet thick.
It's just a really thin layer.
And it's wild to know that I'm walking on something so prehistoric, something that completely eclipses my own timeline on this planet. I'm nothing compared to this salt. It's a remarkable feeling.
All right, let's do it. Let's drive on this thing. All right, I could probably just drive around on these salt flats all day long, but it is time to go. So having lived in Washington State for the last 7 years, I've really gotten to know it pretty well. And I think it is one of the most beautiful states in the US. But I keep getting told that Utah is pretty nice too. And I've never really spent much time here, only in Salt Lake City and Park City. So I am going to spend a little more time in Utah as I drive through. Time to get some gas and ice. So I'm headed to an area in Utah called San Rafael Swell. And it looks to be kind of a big area of recreational things to see and do. But I'm headed specifically to a place called the Wedge. And I have a slight worry. It's a small concern, but I'm just not sure what the roads are like leading up to it. Because you've seen my car. I got a real basic girl. No special features like four-wheel drive or high clearance. So I am hoping that she can do it.
And I should also mention, when I mapped my itinerary for this trip, I chose to pin GPS coordinates rather than trusting the name of a location, because sometimes they can be wrong. And I wanted to make sure there was no room for error because I did not want to be led astray in the middle of nowhere. And so far, there is nothing telling me otherwise.
All right, now I've just turned onto a gravel road. I think my car can handle this. Let's see how far this goes. Oh my God. It is really amazing to be witness to something so old. So old you can't even begin to imagine life back then. Oh, it is so incredible. I don't know how many times I can say wow, but wow and wow. Holy cow. These canyons.
At this point, even though I'm completely captivated by my surroundings, I'm getting a feeling. One of those something doesn't feel quite right kind of feelings. But I keep on going because there's still a road in front of me.
There are absolutely no signs at this point, so I'm putting a lot of faith in these coordinates. So I think I have to walk the rest of the way to get to the Wedge Outlook. But again, they're not really signs, just coordinates. So again, putting faith in it. I have water. So let's see how long this takes. I'm hoping not long at all. You know, don't trust coordinates. Or don't blindly trust coordinates because look, here's where I am and here's where the Wedge Outlook is. I don't know where these coordinates came from. I am so not close, so I'm gonna stop walking because I actually don't know where this trail goes, and go back and find a campsite, chill out for the rest of the day, and go to the Wedge Outlook tomorrow morning. Even though that was a mistake, it was a beautiful mistake. I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but it is so hot here. It's like mid-March, it's 79 degrees. All I can think about is drinking water.
As I backtrack on the dirt road, I have a choice to make.
So all the campsites I've been seeing so far are paid, which is fine. It would only be $15 a night. Because I'm not that close to the Wedge Overlook yet, where there's supposedly like free wild camping. I don't know. Should I keep going to see if I can do it for free? Or should I pick one of these $15 sites?
I keep driving because every spot I like is taken, or the view doesn't feel quite right, and I end up leaving this canyon road and head towards the Wedge. I actually start to feel a little disappointed about what I'm driving towards. Did I just pass up an epic opportunity to sleep in a canyon for this dry, flat landscape?
Okay, I'm trying to find a campsite. They're designated campsites. And it seems like the ones over here, you don't have to pay. But they seem to be a little trickier to find. Well, and to the Overlook. Damn.
I drive until I can't, or else I'll drop off into the Wedge. Turns out I've been driving on top of the canyon this whole time. I really should not underestimate Utah's terrain. I'm still a little stumped on where to camp, and I ask a man who's parked his RV nearby, and he said, "You can park anywhere you want," and points me to a small dirt path I didn't notice before, running parallel to the perimeter of the canyon.
So I think this is the view for camping. This is crazy. Boy, was it the right decision to come all the way to the Overlook to find a camping spot. I don't want to do anything but just put a chair here and stare at this. Tomorrow's sunrise is going to be incredible because I am facing east. Oh. I can't believe it. For tonight's dinner, I have a chicken rosemary sausage with pasta, tomato sauce, and arugula. I think it will be perfect to go with this view. I really like this routine. Getting to a place, soaking in the sights a little bit, getting ready for dinner, cooking dinner, eating it, enjoy the sights some more, clean up, get ready for bed, enjoy the sights some more. Oh yeah, I like this. Today was a good day. My car did it. I was worried for nothing. The roads that we traveled on, they're nothing we haven't done before. So I am really happy that we made it. It's really fun to just like see people in their RVs and camper vans or, you know, overlanding vehicles, and think that that's the only way to be able to feel at home while being in nature. And it has been really fun to just see what me and my little car can do and where we can go. And it really doesn't take much. Utah, you don't disappoint. Good morning. This is one of the best mornings yet to look at the sunrise while still tucked in bed. just looking at the sunrise and looking at where I am, I have a feeling that every single person who has ever stayed here, they are thinking, damn, life is beautiful. That they wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And that everything is perfect right now. Well, I am all packed up and ready to go. And it's time to say goodbye to this super beautiful place. It's really, really hard. I want to stay. And I have all the time in the world. I could if I wanted to. But I know there's someone waiting for me in Oklahoma, so let's go.
In the next episode, I try my very best not to break one of the few rules I have for this road trip.
All right, I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
And one of my least favorite things in the world shows up.
So I've discovered there are mosquitoes here. There's gotta be some downside to all of this, right?